Okay, well, I actually had a lot of people ask me how this SOG Bowie 2.0 has been holding up, and it's been holding up quite well. I did have some issues early on with some heavy use, I would say, in terms of batoning, cross grain batoning, and chopping, and this pommel here had loosened on me. So what I did, I had tried a couple different things, ended up with JB Weld, got that baby on there, and it's been good to go. Shortly after that had occurred, shortly before that occurred, there had always been some slight rattle. Not a big deal. Now I get a lot of people tell me, hey, those knives weren't meant for that. Knives were only meant for stabbing or fighting, self-defense, combat type stuff. Well, I mean, I do agree that that's what the knife was designed for. It wasn't, designed as a hunting knife. But we have almost a 1/4 inch thick stock. I expect this knife to hold up from some brute force work, especially if it was used by, the Mac V unit. I would imagine about anything you could think of could have happened to those guys. Prying yourself out of a downed aircraft. It could have been anything, folks, right? I mean, anything that is heavy duty. So this knife should hold up, in my opinion, to a lot of stuff. I mean, let's face it. This knife should have no problems being walloped on, I guess, in my opinion. It's AUS 8 steel. I have no issues with it. Holds an edge well and takes an edge. Quite easy to put the edge back on. Now, it's a hollow grind knife. You hear a lot of that stuff too. Hollow grinds aren't this and aren't made for heavy use and on and on and on. Well, all the hollow grinds on my bucks, those seem to work just fine. And some other knives, of course, Randall Knives is hollow ground. One thing that is different between this and the Buck 119 hollow grind is the shoulders are a bit thicker on this knife. So this knife, I would say, would be more heavy duty than a Buck knife. What I do find with a lot of hidden tang knives is usually the issue is not in the steel or in the blade itself or the tang. It's in the components of the handle. So I've got a lot of ash around, and this stuff is seasoned, and this stuff is brutally hard. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this. I don't know if my baton will get through it, but we're going to give it a shot so people can see that this knife is no joke. It'll take it. That tip everyone's worried about breaking, no issues. As I said before, I like a nice sharp tip on a knife. Makes a lot of other work easier. So as you can see, I mean, we're probably pushing a 4.5 inch piece of wood, or maybe even a little more. That baby is in there. Get it a little more on there. I don't know if anyone can see this or not. Pretty good. Feels nice though. I mean, no issues. No issues with the blade. See if I can. Got a knot there in the bottom. All right. Now, I know, that many people especially in the bushcraft community, like high carbon steel. For many factors, one of them being it takes, you can make a spark with a piece of flint, off the spine into your char cloth or whatever other tinder you might have. AUS 8 will not throw a spark. If it does, it is so short-lived, and there's so few and far between that I would not want to rely on AUS 8 steel for flint and steel fire methods. And I really, really, really enjoy the fact that SOG, like few knife makers do, makes a sheath that has a sharpening stone pouch. Excellent stuff. So I'm going to adjust us up just a little bit, and hopefully we can see this. Now, ash is usually not a good wood to feather stick, at least from what I find of it. It is a harder wood, but because of this grind and the thickness of it, it will not feather all that good. Now, of course, you can use your different methods and try that, where we stab this down into a log like this, and then we can run this on it. Still the same. It's going to be harder to make shallow cuts in wood like this. And some of you might wonder, well, is the knife sharp? Well, I mean, it is. The knife is sharp, but it's the grind. I'm not sure what that grind angle is on that, but it is shaving sharp. Probably could be maybe a little bit sharper, but this is sharp. This is working sharp. It will shave. It'll cut through pretty much about anything, but because of the shoulders on that bevel there, it's a little tough getting into the, making nice feather sticks. So, I'm going to step out of view of the camera here real quick. So I want to try something like this here. Here's me. So something like this, just a stick, right? We can see that there's still the same issue with that. So probably out of all the knives that I own, that I've come out here with, this is probably one of the worst blades in terms of right out of the box making feather sticks. Now, I mean, of course, I tried it on hard maple, I tried it on ash, and I know that those woods, I mean, they're hard woods, but maple usually can make beautiful ribbons with your feather sticks. Ash, red oak, not so much. It's the grain structure of them. Same with locust. You can do it. It's just a little more difficult. And if your knife is already going to struggle making those types of cuts like that, shaving wood, it's definitely going to struggle, doing it in a piece of hardwood. My Puma Stag Bowie had the same issues, and I dropped that edge angle down a handful of degrees. I forgot what it was now, but I put it from maybe about a 24 to 26 inch edge angle down to a 20, maybe 21 inch angle. And the Puma Bowie improved greatly on shaving wood. And that's probably what's necessary of this. If you really want something that's going to shave really, really good. I would also suspect that SOG's AUS 8 steel is also capable of having a shallower grind there and still holding up to chips or any edge rolling like that. Overall, maybe some slight work to really get things going, right? I myself always use something like the Stockman here. I mean, this is just, I don't know, this wood in general isn't, but we can see a big difference. Now, obviously, geometry is playing a huge role, which it always does. Common sense, right? Piece of paper will cut you, but a ball of the most high-end steel out there will not cut you. All about geometry. And not that I'm expecting it to shave as good as, say, a pocket knife, but a little bit of improvement would go a long way. I mean, that's steep on there. I don't know if you can see. That's sort of a steep angle. Probably could be worse, but it definitely could be better. This guard ain't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere at all. It's not loose because this isn't tight enough. This occurred before reattaching this. But the guard will not go anywhere. And it's hardly really noticeable at all. I don't put a strike against the knife at all for that. Glad that this pommel's on. But the look and the feel of this knife is excellent. Is it a little pricey? It is. But you also have to ask yourself too, what other knife manufacturer is coming out with something of quality in this design? And it's not very many. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video to update this SOG 2.0 Bowie and let you know that this pommel is on there for good. And yeah, good knife. Probably could use a little bit of spine work right there like I did with my Bark River, just to get that 90 in case you did want to shave down some tinder or spark your ferrocerium rod. Hope you enjoyed the update. Take care.